Today is July the 20th. What's the most important thing in life? Let's find out together as we study Jesus' words. We don't have to go very far to find out what Jesus believed was the most important thing in life. In fact, he tells us, and he tells us very plainly, and apparently did this on at least 2 occasions during his ministry. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, very close to the beginning of his ministry, in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus says, "Seek the kingdom of God above all else and live righteously, and he'll give you everything that you need." In the book of Luke, in a similar section that's called the Sermon on the Plain, in Luke, Jesus is on a plains when he gives this sermon. Near the end of that sermon in Luke 12:31, he says, "Seek the kingdom of God above all else, and he'll give you everything you need." The everything that Jesus is talking about in the context in both Matthew and Luke are the bare essentials: clothing, food, shelter. Jesus will provide for our existence. That's not a carte blanche promise to give us anything that we want to ask for. Now, a very similar thing to the statement to seek God's kingdom first, Jesus says in the book of John, in chapter 12, just after he has raised Lazarus from the dead, Jesus says in John 12, verse 35, "My light will shine for you just a little longer. Walk in the light while you can, so the darkness will not overtake you." Walk in the light. Seek God's kingdom. Those 2 concepts are actually very, very related. Just prior to this, when Jesus first heard about Lazarus' death, he says in chapter 11, verses 9 and 10, there are 12 hours of daylight every day. During the day, people can walk safely. They can see because they have the light of this world. But at night, there's no danger, or there is danger of stumbling because they have no light. Elsewhere, John chapter 8, Jesus says, "I'm the light of the world. If you follow me, you won't have to walk in darkness because you'll have the light that leads to life." What's the most important thing in life? Seeking God's kingdom. So what does that look like? What does it mean to seek God's kingdom? In the context in Matthew and Luke, as well as in John, it's pitted against people who are simply seeking possessions, simply seeking those things that the world can offer. In all of these, Jesus says, no, don't look for those things. Seek God's kingdom first. Walk in the light first. God will provide for you the other things. Now, that's not a call for us to be mystics and monastics and to go and live in a cave in the woods. It is a call to let God orient our life according to His values. If we orient our life to the values of the world, we simply seek to possess. Jesus says, no. Don't simply seek what the world has to offer. Seek in priority God and His kingdom first. Live in a righteous manner in priority above all else. So the question today is, what's the most important thing in your life? Like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast on whatever platform you use to listen to it. Send your questions to us at questions@becomehope.com. Tomorrow, we'll ask the question, is sin a big deal?